Hey guys, how's everyone this morning? Um, Give me just a quick second, please. Who do we got? We got Cat and Jack. Hey Cat. I want to bring up my desktop very quickly. Try not to blast any sound here if I can. Got to be quick. There we go. And Dolly's here. Hey Dolly. Did I see that Selma was here? Dolly's saying hi to Selma, so I think Selma at least was here. Hey Sniper. Sniper says Grand Risings. Eric Phoenix. It's nice to see you guys. Let me start off the morning. The big thank you to my co-creator, my co-teacher, my co-student, the wonderful, the beautiful Cat and Jack, for an amazing live stream last night, all the way through. Every bit of the conversation that we had, and ending with some wonderful songs from our friend Selma. You know, we've talked about those shift of perceptions. I wrote about that this morning. Shifting our mindset into a miracle mindset. That's all it is. Shifting a mindset. We don't choose our thoughts, but we have the option on which thoughts we can listen to, act upon. I'm still in search of something, guys. So yeah, thank you, Kat. So the quote that I was talking about, and I try to keep this in mind. As I make my decisions for the day. Basically, we're saying to the Holy Spirit, I would make no decisions of my own today. Asking, where should I go? What should I do? What should I say, and to whom? It's a little easier. I don't have to anguish over my every decision. I don't have to anguish over, am I doing the right thing? I just turn things over. Hey, Songahan. Songahan, nice to see you so early. Sissy, hello, my friend. Hey, Rob. Rob's got a new video for us to check out. Thank you, Rob. Kat says, thank you, Yogi. You're welcome, Kat. Thank you. Sissy says, Grand Rising's beautiful sis stars and bro stars. What's on the agenda for today, Sissy? Do we got an energy forecast coming up? Do we have an energy forecast for the weekend? Sniper says, Eric, did you catch my poem, Do Not Forsake Me? He did not, however. Where do we have it? I see it right now. Hey, Sniper, let me know. Do you mind if I read it here on the live stream? If you don't mind, I will read it. Let's see. Soulstar says, that used to be the name of my morning messages. Miracle Mindset Monday, of my Monday message. I changed it to Miracle Manifestation and Mission Focused Monday Messages. I like both. I like both, my friend. Let's see. Hey, Fishing and Hunting says, hi, Eric. Nice to see you, my friend. Amber says, hi. Hey, Amber. Everyone is saying hi. Are you guys subscribed to Fishing and Hunting Outdoors? We can help each other expand our channels. What's up, William? You know, I like saying our mission, our vision, our what's another word? Think of another word. Help me here. A lot of people might say, I don't really have a vision for my channel. I'm just putting stuff out. Of course, we always have a vision. The question is, does it align with our values? And I think for most of us, most of the people that hang out here with us and the channels we support, it does align with your vision, or it is aligning. And I see that with so many of you, and it makes me very happy to support you. Did I miss your answer, Sniper? If you mind me reading, uh, is about your basement. Oh, all right. He said, yes, please. Guys, this is from our friend Squirrel Sniper. It's his poem, Do Not Forsake Me. The path unwinds, a silver thread, through mists where ancient fears are bred. The air grows thin and shadows creep, secrets the silent mountains keep. My fragile craft begins to sway as inner anchors slip away. The guiding stars now start to blur, a sense of loss, a chilling stir. Through the trills deep, a darkened sea, my only hope resides in thee. So hear my plea through softly sighed, in this vast unknown, be my guide. Do not forsake me in this plight, but be the dawn that ends the night. For if your light should cease to gleam, lost in the void, I'll fade a dream. Wow. I had a hard time reading that and not stopping every other sentence, every other word, and say, wow. That it's lyrically beautiful and truly spiritual and loving in its depth. Absolutely beautiful. Have you considered reading it as a short? I see our friend Jessica was there and said beautiful. Shirley and Nick were there and says, thank you, Sniper. You are brilliant. I agree. Man, here's the ultimate compliment to me. Is it Walt Whitman? Wow. Any comparison to Walt Whitman? Another comparison to Walt Whitman, Captain, My Captain. Oh, Captain, My Captain. Don't know why I thought of this, because it was inspired. Great answer that you gave. Maybe because the captain must count the souls that come on board? I agree with our friend Shirley. Brilliant. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for writing that, and thank you for the inspiration. Semper says, well, Eric, you read it with such passion, better than what I had in my head when I wrote it. Yeah, you were gifted with those words. I love that kind of writing when it just flows so beautifully. That's Sniper, that's in my rotation. You guys know how I love reading poetry. If I could, I would devote a session a day just to reading poetry. That, my friend, is in my rotation of beautiful things to read on the regular, as the kids say. Why do I bother trying to talk like a kid? I didn't even try to talk like a kid when I was a kid. Hey, Jeff. Jeff says morning. Wow. Hard to follow that with anything. Here's a little quote from Marianne Williamson. In every moment, we make a decision, whether conscious or unconscious. Will I choose to open my heart, send love, withhold judgment, and thus free myself from fear? Or will I choose my heart project? Will I choose my heart, project fear instead of extending love, judge others, and thus bind myself to fear? The choice is mine and mine alone. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to read one more quote. I'm going to read a couple more quotes. This is from Mary Oliver. This is for all of you guys. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. I love Mary Oliver. I love every single thing she's ever written, every utterance she's ever said. Sometimes I need to only stand. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. I wonder if we could do that sometime today. To just find an odd moment, random. Jeff says, hiya. Hiya, Jeff. Any odd moment, whether you are stacking bottles of Pepsi, cartons of Pepsi, whether you are trimming a tree, whether you're taking a walk, whether you're doing a live stream, and just think sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. You don't have to go to a cathedral. You don't have to make a pilgrimage. You don't have to go on a vision quest. You do not have to seek wherever you are. Stand, metaphorically maybe, to be blessed. Have you ever asked for a blessing for yourself? Does that seem too presumptuous to you? Why would we ever consider that something that is our inherent being, our birthright, that's promised to us, would ever be presumptuous to ask for? May I be blessed. We don't have a hard time, usually, asking for a blessing for someone else, right? There is no someone else. Remember Ramana Maharshi? How do we treat others? Why am I having so much difficulty speaking? There are no others. He was asked, how do we treat others? And he smiled and said, there are no others. Jeff says, just clicked only name Ahmad. Yep, you've been Ahmad for a bit, Jeff. Now, you know what? People are mods, not two. We really only have one, maybe two mods who are like in charge of the place. They're the sheriffs. They're the ones. They broke no nonsense. Broke with no nonsense. They know what to do when the time is right to do it. They are the Patrick Swayzes to the Roadhouse of just a Yogi doing burpees in his basement. It's a rough and tumble place, guys. You never know what's going to happen. Beer bottles flying. Jeff Healy singing in the background beneath other side of a cage. Yes, I'm making Roadhouse metaphors here, guys. So most people are just, they're modded up so they can connect, so they can help grow their channel, so they can help grow other people's channels. Anyway, why is it so hard for us to ask for a blessing? And can we consider that blessings are our birthright? May I be blessed. You guys having a hard time asking for a blessing? Well, then guess what? Come here anytime during the day. Send me a message. Send me a message on Facebook Messenger. Send me an email. Text me to my phone if you have my number. And say, hey, Eric, can you pause with me? And can we offer each other a blessing? I will offer you a blessing today. I will do my best, do my absolute best to pause sometime during the day that every one of you guys here, I will say, may Dolly be blessed. May Sniper be blessed. May Cat be blessed. May William be blessed. William says, I will mod if it comes to it. I am really rarely here, though. You are, you might be rarely here, but you are always present, William. By that, I mean, I'll send you my number on Messenger. I'll be honest with you, I communicate more on Messenger than I do on my phone message, but it is another way to reach me. So, yeah, what I mean, William, you might rarely be here, but you are always present. You have been an essential part of my channel for well over a year. Your presence, your friendship, you greatly appreciated. Um, and I think you bring in a very welcome, um, questioning line of thought. You know, you help me get my thoughts in order. Although right now it appears that they are not in order. Hey, Empire. Hello, peeps. I'm late. Nah, you're always in time, my friend. Hey, Nanda says, who are you? It's a good question. What would Ramana Maharshi say to that? That was his great line of self-inquiry. Who am I? And here's the key to self-inquiry. Don't be, hey, Skits, happy Friday. All much love to you. Um, don't settle on an answer. Seems so easy. Who am I? And then we give a list. All the things that I am. I am Eric. I practice yoga. So I am a yogi. I am a student of A Course in Miracles. I am a YouTuber. I am this. I am that. It's not who you are. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Just keep pulling the rug out from beneath of yourself. That's self-inquiry. You going to bed, Dolly? Um, I will sleep with that in my last thoughts. Yogi, that you are blessings to you. Good night. I love you too, Dolly. Rose says we have issues asking for blessings because we may believe that we are undeserving of anything good in our lives. This is true, but it goes back to that's like an answer of an answer or a question to an answer. Why? Why do we believe that we are undeserving? Who is it that is undeserving? Remember, it's always the ego saying that I deserve or I don't deserve. It's always the ego choosing that undeservedness. So we keep asking so that we see what's beneath, what is peeking past the ego in every single moment, every single moment. What is that all-pervading presence that allows the ego to surface and allows the ego to disappear? What is that remains when we fall into deep sleep? What is it that remains when deep sleep subsides and we enter into Turiya? Turiya being the fourth stage of consciousness, pure bliss, Sat Chidananda. Buried Alive is a pair of musicians that make music similar to Artspire in some ways. I don't know Artspire. God's greatest gift, fragments of none other than our Creator. Beautiful. Beautiful. My jazz friend Sissy. Everything she says is jazz. Hey, I gave you guys an assignment had you thought to do so yesterday. I don't know if anyone remembers. Did anyone listen to John Coltrane's Love Supreme? Let's see. And this says, I mean, from my perspective, we don't deserve anything good, but Christ gives us good things anyway out of his love for us. Interesting perspective. You know, if you had wanted to, you could have a different perspective. Perspective is always shifting, always changing, and it needs to be propped up by beliefs. If we let our perspectives go, we have vision. And vision is seeing what remains after that perception shifts. It's been my experience through literally decades of meditation, decades of self-inquiry, and decades of practicing A Course in Miracles, where I keep wishing to let go. Can I change this perception? Can I change this perception? Can I change this perception? Or can I let it go? And what's seen is that vision. Remember Christ. Christ isn't Jesus's last name. Christ is a title. It's an energy. It's a consciousness. Christos. And if you even ever have an actual experience of Christ's vision, you know that it can perceive no perception because it doesn't shift. Said classic beginning of A Course in Miracles, that nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists, therein lies the peace of God. If it's shifting, it's a perception. If it's a perception, it is not true vision, and a true vision is always and only from God, and God being love. However, not everyone, that's, who am I? Who am I to say anything otherwise? What's up, Big Al? Happy Friday to you, my friend. William says, it has either been programmed or we have not had the encounter that caused us to awaken from that perception. Nice. I like that. All right, guys, in about 2 minutes. Sun is coming up earlier and earlier. I will be shifting my meals around, my early meal to after my walk. I am the daddy of mushy peas. I am the podfather. I like the podfather. Man, that almost makes me want to eat an unmushed pea. William says, good, bad, our perception is limited to ourselves. Man, William is on point. And the agreement we have made, who declared it bad or good, re-examine the agreements, change the perspective, and witness the unabashed presence of love. Holy cow. Holy cow, by the way, is my greatest of all exclamations, because you all know how much I love cows. And if you don't know, guys, I really love cows. Let me go back and say it one more time. Holy cow, and let me read that one more time. Good, bad, our perception is limited to ourselves, and the agreement we have made, who declared it bad or good. Re-examine the agreements, change perspective, and witness the unabashed presence of love. Absolutely beautiful. And forgiveness. Tika says, thank you, Soul Stars. Smile, my friend. Empire says, I believe there are absolute truths, and also believe in the exclusivity of gospel of Jesus and the exclusivity, I like that word. I like the fact that I can say that word, of Christianity. I would say some perspectives should change and some shouldn't, but every perspective changes. Don't confuse perception, with vision. No, I know, Empire, you and I have awesome discussions. I appreciate what you say because it helps me shape my reply. It helps me shape where I wish to come from. So Empire, when you and I have these conversations, please don't take any of it as if I'm trying to change your mind. If you have found a path that brings you fulfillment and happiness and centers you in love, then Godspeed, my friend. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind. I do what I do and you do what you do. And I'm glad that we can meet in the middle and have these discussions because, one, I value you, I value your friendship, and I do value what you offer. So thank you. Hey, Paranormal Walk says, Grand Rising Eric in chat. Have a great day. You too, my friend. I haven't heard of Buried Alive. However, I did listen to Neil Diamond this morning. Been on my mind for a while. Love on the Rocks. And you know what? Hey guys, I deeply apologize for singing Neil Diamond to you yesterday. No one needed to suffer through that. life can be hard enough for all of us without being inflicted with my version of Neil Diamond. All right. Soldier says, I'm not a Christian. Neither am I. But I aim to be Christ-like. My religion is love. I love that. Man, reading Sniper's beautiful words, getting that powerful and all-important statement from William, and then finishing up there with Sissy, my religion is love, aim to be Christ-like, is, man, you guys are on fire. Big Al says, catch y'all later, Yogamites. Thank you, Big Al. The Pod Master, king of all pod-related materials. If you've ever spent time in Big Al's kingdom, you'll find it overblossomed with nothing but pea pods, offering their goodness to later be mashed. So it says Yogi Encore. Man, maybe in the afternoon, we can come on up. Hey, Sissy, come on up and sing with me. I'll try it again. Empire says, oh yeah, no, I've had people try to change my mind before. And after I put faith into Christianity, I don't think that's what you're doing. I also like our discussions, should do a live interview. We can do that. Roll up our sleeves and dive right in. So it's fortunate. It's very fortunate that I know that Skits and William are talking about music, because if I just randomly read this comment, yeah, they're very unique, William. I'll put Dingleberries on now. It has a whole different context. And it creates a very disturbing vision if I didn't know that they were talking about music. I do not visually want to see Skits put Dingleberries on. I don't think any of us do. Hey, Susie. Susie says, like done. Thank you, my friend. So Sissy says, the Yogamites taste anything like Vegemite. Salty much? I've never had Vegemite, nor will I try it. I've also never had haggis, nor will I try it. I've also never had a mushy pea, nor will I try it. Not that you guys needed a list of things that I will not try. Hey, Leo. Leo says, surprised to see you're still alive. Congrats on being the longest living vegan. That's the goal. I appreciate that, Leo. Let's see. Susie says, Soul Stars, hello. Worm says, Yogamite like Vegemite, a yeast extract. Was that just compared to a yeast extract? Would Yogamite be, there you go. It would be. Soul Stars says, Grand Risings, Leo. Leo made me laugh. I like Vegemite. I'm a salty girl. Never had it. I never had Nutella either. All right, guys. I'm heading out. Although I posted a video of a beaver yesterday, it was not a fresh daily beaver. It was a beaver from Yowe. Y-O-W-E, meaning 2 weeks ago. It's been about a week since I've seen a beaver. I haven't seen an owl for a couple of days. I did hear one on my last walk. Nutella says, or sorry, Solsar says Nutella is overrated. I like almond butter. I do like peanut butter. I got the Omni love to all, to you too. Solstars, consider coming up and singing with me. Let's jazz up some Neil Diamond together. Any chance you saw a heron? Yes, there was actually a very good chance, and I have it on film. About a week, 2 weeks ago, I saw a heron catching a snake. Man, I was cheering on the snake. Wanted to see it escape. Of course, that means the heron goes hungry for a little while. That's life, guys. That's life. That's nature. But yesterday, actually the same spot, probably the same heron. It was just basking in the early morning sunlight. Beautiful. I will post that later. I got to upload it first. Empire says, this is a good rule of thumb. I don't trust people who don't like peanut butter. I would agree. It's a good rule of thumb, how to navigate life. But how do we ask people, like on the street, before I shake your hand, Do you like peanut butter? Before we make this business deal, before we merge companies, before I marry you, I forgot to ask. Do you like peanut butter? What happens if we forgot to ask and we're about to say, I do? They say, do you take this woman to be your offer letter? And you're like, wait a minute. Do you like peanut butter? What happens if she says no? These are things we need to consider. Hey, here's the thing. Goga shows up in the morning. And what does he say? Blessings, everyone. That was the theme that we started with. Can we all stop a moment and offer blessings to ourselves and each other? And here comes Goga, the yogi of yogis, the YouTube guru, in the best possible way, because he teaches you the only way you're going to grow your YouTube channel, if that's your goal, is if you are in alignment with yourself, alignment with inspiration, alignment with spirit. Goga teaches you how to do it. Welcome in, Goga. We're getting ready to call it a day. Thank you for those blessings. Perfect synchronicity, my friend. Guys, ask me again this afternoon, and I will read Squirrel Sniper's truly epic, truly beautiful poem, Soul Stirring. I enjoy peanut butter toast with a drizzle of raw honey. That sounds really good. Empire says sometimes I'm iffy. My wife, she doesn't like chicken and waffles. Very, very suspicious. Yeah, if I were you, I'd keep an eye on her. I would keep an eye on her. Raven says, hey, Raven, good morning, one and all. Sorry, mate, that's okay. I know, I remember, William, how much you enjoy nut peanut butter. Only nuts peanut butter. Actually, you like all kinds of nut butters, William, if I recall. Do you take peanut butter? I do take peanut butter. Not often. I'm in the opinion, like any kind, almost any. Thank you so much, Susie. Sussy Global Concept, welcome to Basic Support. Thank you so much, Sussy. Well, it says, I am unfortunately completely out of peanut butter, and I cannot leave to go to the store to buy more. Sissy says, Empire, that's hilarious. President Goga, His Royal Highness, I hail you, sir. See that? That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's the salutations that our friend Goga deserves. It says, I usually strive for dry roasted peanut butter and sea salt myself. Every once in a great while, I'll put just a teaspoon of peanut butter in my oatmeal. Goga says, I hail you back, Dancing Queen Sussy. Thank you guys for being here, helping me wrap up the session. All right, I got to go. There is a hint of sun coming up. So I'm going to see if I can. I think I'm like missing the beaver just by minutes. Beavers. William says, enjoy your walk, Yogi. Thank you so much, William. Empire says, you know what? This is ridiculous. Why isn't... Empire's been coming in for a while, and he's not a mod. I apologize. I'm modding you up, my friend. I mean, she also dips the burger into ranch, so I don't expect normalcy from her any longer. Oh yeah, that went way out the window. Way out the window. Every once in a while, I put sweet and hot. It's not really hot. It's more spicy than hot. Mustard in my, just a little bit. It gives it a, sort of acts as a binder to my lentils, rice, and potato mix. It's actually very good. Soul Source says, yuck. So they make vegan ranch. Here's my question. Why? Does it need to be veganized? Soul Source says, I'm a mustard. Me too. Well, I'm not a mustard girl. I would be a very unattractive mustard girl. It says, yum, yum. It's actually really good. Like I said, because it acts as a binder. It brings everything together. And I have that over a bed of steamed kale and broccoli. And it's big. If you guys saw the size of my bowl, you know what you would say? That's a big bowl. William says mustard is delicious, and it's a pretty it's a low key condiment. You know what I mean? You don't use enough that the sodium in it really makes a bit of a difference. And you know, it's like I said, it's sweet and spicy. Read the ingredients sometimes. It doesn't have honey in it. I'm, you know, vegan. I'm not supposed to have honey according to the vegan rules. I am not opposed occasionally uh, non-exploitive honey, especially for health reasons. Empire says, Amina from the Metro Atlanta, and she is from Styx. I feel like that's a fair explanation. It is. Hey, Empire, sometime you got to bring your wife on the live stream so we can get her perspective. Atlanta has one of the prettiest airports I've ever been stranded in. Soldier says it's eccentric like myself. I can see that. That sounds like something Elvis would have eaten. Banana mayonnaise sandwich, says William. Empire says, oh, nice. I'm a mod, unlimited power. Unlimited power matched by everyone else with unlimited power. With the exception of Sniper, who is a, I forget what they're called. He's got Sniper mod status. You don't get any higher than a Sniper mod status. All right, I'm out. Beavers are awaiting. They're out there beavering, and I'm missing the whole thing. On his bacon peanut butter sandwiches, yes, putting mayonnaise on his bacon peanut butter sandwich. It would not surprise me. Hey, this afternoon, remind me to talk about the Fat Elvis, why he's my favorite. When I was a kid, of course, it was a young, lean, rockabilly sun session, playing in the studio with Johnny Cash Elvis, lean and hungry. But thank you, Susanna. But later, this stage of my life, it's that fat Elvis, bloated with fame, broken-hearted, pouring his heart out. Man, I will watch it, Susanna. Yeah, I remember his Black Leather tour. It's my favorite. Says Sissy, 1969 comeback. His man going back to the roots, decked out all in black leather and just rocking it again. He had that was right before he became the Broken Elvis. About 8 years before his death. Back from a decade or so of mediocre movie music. No one could reinterpret a song like Elvis. All right, guys, here's the final message. Be blessed. Find a moment to bless yourselves. Offer that blessing to others. I love you guys. Blessed day to you. Blessed day to all of you. Thank you, guys. Hey, Signature. Sorry, we're signing off. Ending the live stream for the day. I will see everyone later. We're going to do some singing, maybe.